The World Cup is currently going on. There's been a few changes in the squad, and the stadium move has been delayed. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Zagreb Save. I am Coach Leftfoot and the World Cup is underway. So far, Italy, Mexico, Spain, Uruguay, Germany or Costa Rica, Romania or Serbia, Argentina or Chile, Saudi Arabia or France are going to be winning the World Cup. Now, there are some big names that are already out of that, so let's go and have a look. In the third knockout round, England lost to Italy, Portugal lost to Spain, Russia lost to Uruguay, Paraguay lost to Mexico. In theory, Costa Rica should lose to Germany, Saudi Arabia should lose to France, Chile should lose to Argentina, and Serbia, Romania could probably go either way, with probably Serbia winning. In the second round, USA lost 3-0 to Spain. Who else? I'm not going to go through them all. Croatia lost 3-0 to Paraguay, which I was hoping would put the national team job in, in limbo. That's not what I'm looking for. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. At risk. That's what I was thinking of, but apparently it's not. Holland went out on penalties to Germany. Saudi Arabia actually beat Colombia, which was incredible. This guy scoring the goal, finishing 2. So, yeah, love it. Chile beat Australia. Ireland went out and blah, blah, blah. Now, the interesting thing about this is that when we look at all groups, there will be one major team as we scroll down and we scroll down and we look at Group N, which is just above my head. Brazil didn't get out of the group, which included Austria and Algeria. They drew against Algeria 0-0 and lost 2-1 to Austria. Therefore, I immediately went and applied for the job as soon as it became available. And I'd also go for the Portugal one if he gets sacked, because I want a national job because it helps with reputation and I think it'll be really good. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. As I said as well, the stadium has been delayed. It's been delayed by 2 months, and now we're going to be moving in towards the end of August, which is very, very annoying. Incredibly annoying. We're not going to be in there for our first game of the season. We should be in there for our first group stage game in the Champions League, though, which will be nice as long as it's a home game anyway. But yeah, Lokomotiva, which should be the first game we're in there for, which is a big Zagreb derby, which is great, but it's just a bit of a shitter because we're meant to be in there for our pre-season games. So yeah, oh well, that's something we have to deal with, and we have to go with that. But if we look at the club then, transfer-wise, transfers out, we have Umarson has joined Bristol City on a free transfer. Stephen Norris has joined Istra on a free transfer. Sayed Pian Mohammadi has joined Frankfurt on a free transfer. He looks good. He isn't. I mean, he went on loan to Midtjylland and only played 5 times and scored once. He's just not been very good. I mean, he did okay for Rijeka, but yeah, I wasn't too fussed about losing him. We've sold Ante Jurashev, 7.5 million. Now, I know I said I need to keep hold of my Croatian players, but for 7.5 million, he was not worth 7.5 million to us. We bought him for 2.3 million, had 2 sort of mediocre seasons, wasn't our starting holding midfielder, and I thought 7.5 million, I'll take it. I don't see him improving too much. Our backroom staff didn't see him improving too much more. So happy to see him move on. And then Filip Simjonovic, our starting right back, has moved £9.5 million. I pushed for 10. They offered 9.5 straight up cash, all down, like down payment all the way. So I was like, yeah, I can't really turn that down, which, you know, could be an error. But again, crossing and dribbling wasn't brilliant. I think there'll be players out there that we can go for. On the ins, John Newcomb has joined us. Yeah, one of my let's have a look in America things. It hasn't worked out very well. He's pretty crap. Ignacio Fernandez joins, another central midfielder. £10 million he's worth. He comes in from Man United, 28, Argentinian international. He's come off a pretty good career, to be honest. Good seasons at River, moved to Man United, did pretty well, playing pretty regularly for them, sort of like every other game in the league, sort of, and he's done okay. I think he'll come here and rip this league up. Great first touch, great passing, great technique, good work rate, good vision, good teamwork, off the balls, decent decisions, composure, anticipation, balance, stamina. Gets forward whenever possible, tries long range passes, 4-star player, important player in his prime years, £51,000 a week, our most expensively paid player ever. He's really, really good. And we've got a number of deals going on at the moment, and we've just quickly flicked up on that. So if you want to go back and pause it, and maybe ruin some future announcements which could be happening, I'm taking the club this season. The summer transfer window is going to be in a very different direction to anything we've ever done before, if they all come off. You can see we've got a lot of wanted players, so the point of bringing in Ignacio Fernandez is because it's likely we're going to lose some of our central midfielders, because Milanovic wanted, Cabrera listed for loan, Gronley wanted, Rallis wanted, Fumic wanted, Benamor wanted, Drakulic wanted, German Lopez wanted. Yeah, you get a point. Everybody's sort of wanted. Canino's wanted. Yeah, we've got a lot of central midfielders, but a lot of them are wanted, so we'll have to see what happens. Hossein Haidari is, I don't think, someone you've seen before. He's been promoted from the youth team. We brought him in. Likely he'll be moving on as well. I am going to have quite a big clear out, I think, at some point during this summer window, and just put a lot of people on the transfer list. Our youth academy prospects that we had in were pretty much all bollocks. We had a couple that were... a couple of them were down here, but as you can see, we've got loads of people now that are just not ever going to really make the grade, so we're going to try and get rid of lots of these, and then we've got some people that are potentially going to be very, very good, which is, you know, nice to see. Some of them are already up in the first team, but we'll have to see what happens. So how are we looking in terms of position? So Gonzalez is going to be our first choice goalkeeper. I'm more than happy with that. He's very, 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 very good. Conceded literally 2 goals in 13 games in the league last season, which was ridiculous. We've also got in Montano as well. He's a goalkeeper brought in from America. Likelihood is that I'll probably loan him out and then release him on a free at the end of his contract. Veslanovic won Player of the Year. And now that the interest in him is sort of all calmed down, I'm hoping that he'll be wanting to stay and will be our starting centre-back again. We've got Inaku, Redhard, you don't need to know about, he'll be going. Bakayoko's got his agreed transfer, he'll be leaving. Picard is our backup left-back to Tosic, which is fine. We've got Ledesma at right-back, and we have a couple of right-backs in the under-19s as well. Where are they? We have Ivanka Braun, but he's not going to play. Where is he? We should have a... I thought we had like a... Am I going mental? Oh, maybe it's him. Is he a left back? Oh, damn. I thought it was a right back. So we need to go and sign a right back. So that will be on the agenda. But yeah, and we'll go from there. Really, lots of players. Yeah, there will be lots of transfer listing and stuff as we go through it. We have had a few requests to go and see some players. So Mbappe was one of the ones that we wanted to go and see. Kylian Mbappe at Man City, worth £90 million, 31 years old, 154 caps for France, 87 goals. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Yeah, doing bits. He's been brilliant for Man City. 169 million they paid for him. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's have a look. Mason Greenwood, I think, is still at Stoke because he's on my transfer list. He's on my shortlist, sorry. And we are very keen to bring him in, but we don't have the money to do it. But yeah, he looks very good for Stoke. He's been scoring goals for them when they got back into the Premier League, which is great. He's been doing good. I don't know how Chong has been getting on. Chong is at SV Werder Bremen, worth 19.25 million. He's on our transfer. He's on our shortlist as well. I imagine he's been doing pretty well for them yet. Not too bad. A £9.75 million purchase from Sunderland. Who else did we want to go and have a look at? Kluivert, Justin Kluivert, Real Madrid. So he's gone on and had a very good career. 31 years old. Transfer listed actually for £44 million if you've got a spare £44 million in your pocket. 51 million they bought him for from Bayern Munich. Yeah, from Bayern Munich. He's done okay throughout his career. Done pretty good, to be honest. Who else? Who else should we look at? Let's try and find the list that was, thingy-mabobbed left for me to go and look at. Let's have a look if I can find it. I can't find it. Oh yeah, there we go. This one. Okay, so I've literally just been hunting for that list. I think it was Stuart Petrie that left the comment about who he wanted to go and see, and I can't for the life of me find it anywhere in any of my comments or archives or anything like that. It hasn't been suppressed as spam. So if there's any players that you want to see and what they look like in the future. So we're 2030, so we're 11 years ahead of where we are at the moment in real life. So let me know if there's anyone you want to go and see. I don't know who's sort of like the best youngsters around now, and where are they going to be in the future. I have no idea. I can't think off the top of my head like that. I'd need to go and look it up. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if there's any players you want to go and see how they've turned out. But we're going to go and press continue because we need to go and find out how the World Cup goes and if there's any transfer news. Man United signed Rugani. Interesting. Clubs in Croatia release players. So we've released Radja Stojnic. We could have kept him as a right back now that I realised that we don't have one. Well, we've got one. But he's going to go. Matan has been released. Not too fussed about that. We've also released Palcic, Zach Farrell and Daniel Howard, all of which were pretty lame. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about any of this. Zach Farrell will probably find it quite easy to find another club. Daniel Howard might. He was being sniffed around on loan for a few. Scored actually, did very well for Opta. They might look to get him back. We have Arthur. The central midfielder, his contract is going to expire in 6 months' time. Could potentially look to bring him in. Not too sure. Why can't I can't offer him a contract? And Jose Antonio, a right back from Flamengo, another one I'd like to bring in. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on him actually because I mean he's played crap crossing though, absolutely crap crossing. In slightly more surreal news, we've just signed Harry Kane as an under-19s coach, which is very nice. He's not very good. I mean, he's got attacking coaching 1. We'll see how long he hangs around for, but I just thought, well, why not? It'll be Harry Kane. It'll be great. Great to get him in. Yeah, sort of wish I hadn't now, but it's not. I think it's a 2-year contract, so we'll see how he gets on. There's a lot of sort of moves happening. And we're just trying to see what happens. Kane hangs up his boots and we're his first non-playing role, so happy to get him in. But yeah, potential, lots of people on the move leaving the club, so I'll catch you up when anything happens. Well, in a transfer window that's moving very, very slowly, there's lots of negotiations going on behind the scenes, but it's all going pretty quiet at the moment. We'll have to see what happens. There could be a few outs going on soon. But yeah, I mean, you can get into the under-19s. You don't need to be up in the first team squad. You're never going to get a game. You can drop down to the under-19s because you're out on loan. Yes, lots. It's busy. It's very busy at the moment. That's, I think, all we can really say. We'll go for a World Cup update. As you can see, people are making bids for Jerry. And we're trying to get a good valued price for them. So semi-finals, Italy, Spain, and then it'll be France or Argentina and Germany or Romania. So do you imagine it might be an all-European semi-final affair? We'll have to wait and see. I also don't know what's happened with the Brazil job. So we'll go and have a look at that as well, actually. Job security. It's still available. I guess I assume Portugal are good. I'll just assume they're still good. They finished first in the World Cup group. Whoa, I'm clicking on loads of things all over the place. Where are they ranked? They're still ranked, yeah, 5th. 5th in the world. Yeah, they came first in Iran and El Salvador. I think my NK Zagreb team probably could have gone first in that group. But so there's lots of things happening. We'll keep the pitch the same size it's always been. Michael doesn't want to go on loan to Premier Pro. McCrory, you're not coming because as much as my Ian Allen, I think, wants to bid for you, you're not coming in because you're 32 and we've got better options. If that's a bid from us, again, it's not good. Okay. Who else going to want Ben Amor as well? Dynamo make Zivimil Kalasia. He's our goalkeeper. I mean, that's not a brilliant deal. And I'm going to reject it because you're Dynamo. So Leicester want Picard on loan. No, because he's going to be my backup left back for the year. This Holst has been dragging on and on and on. So many teams want him. And I'm asking for £1 million. He's not really going to get close to us. So Vancouver, yes. You, yes. Yes, because it eventually adds up to 1 million. Yes, we can still pay £575 on Middlesbrough. Yes, go for it. So that's fine. Valencia, we're going for Marco Asensio. Bayern have... Oh. They have actually made the offer of what I wanted, which is 10 million up front, 15 million in 4 instalments over 6 months. And then per league appearance, they'll give us 250k, and they'll give us 30% if they make any profit on the deal. Unfortunately, I'm going to accept it. I was trying to hold out for 30 million, but if they're going to offer that, we can definitely go and reinvest that in a new striker if we need it. We do have strikers at the club. Could this be Tesla's moment to shine as our striker? He's younger than Jerry. He's got very similar stats to Jerry. He doesn't score, well, didn't score as many goals, but he was playing left wing rather than up front. I mean, Jerry is very, very good. Where is he? There he is, Jerry. Teamwork's really bad, actually, as is passing. 9 million he's worth. We bought him in for 12. He's had 2 very good seasons. I just think for that 27.5 million, I think it's worth cashing in, and we can go and buy a wonder kid up front. That's what I'm thinking. So there you go. I'd like to open contract calls, or go and sack your agent, because I have such my reach on this club is so big that now players will always sack their agent when I ask them to do it, because I have that much influence over my players. It's very, very nice, to be honest. The reason you haven't seen me making bids for any players yet is because we've got a few irons in the fire for free transfers, and I need to see if they come off first before I know where I need to go and invest in my squad. And yes, they're mainly older players, but we need that for mentoring and to bring some leadership to the club. So we'll see what happens. Okay, yes, Brazil have offered me the job of manager. The minimum is to reach the final of the World Cup. Well, I'm not going to do that because the World Cup's not finished. I wonder how long I can... If I accept it, will I then be under pressure because I'm not going to reach the final of the World Cup because they've already been knocked out? I don't know, let's find out. Brazil point left foot. Every success. Your first game will be the Super Clásico de las Americas against Argentina. A welcome from the assistant manager, which is very nice, and a welcome to the Brazil setup. You have over control of the entire, including under 20 and under 20. The responsibility of hiring and firing the youth team managers are taking charge yourself. You do possess international experience in your backroom setup with Tafarel and Silvinho, help representing the countries during their playing days. Well, welcome aboard. Hello. I say welcome aboard. They're welcoming me aboard. They don't have to welcome... Shut up. I can't talk at the moment. I'm too excited about being Brazil manager, but we literally have nothing to worry about for 97 days. So let's not worry about that. But Brazil, there we go. We are now manager of Brazil, which is excellent. Yes, revise those, please. That'd be great. Now let's go back to the Zagreb colours. That would be wonderful. Right, on to the inbox then. So, Dembele. Osama Dembele is another one we've gone in for. Probably will move to Nice because he's French. More offers coming in for Holst, which is incredible. My client's pleading for this Werder Bremen. Yeah, but if you move to one of these, we'd get more money. Do you want to move to AJ Aseo? Oh, you get loads of first team football. I accept this your decision. Oh, okay, so you're not going to go there. That's fine. Canino training report. Brazil players in action. Season ticket. Someone's going to sign for us. Okay, right. This guy, 34-year-old, another central midfielder, but this is purely for mentoring and stuff like that. So Simon Montagner, 34 years old. I think he looks very, very good. He'll be great for some mentoring. Fairly professional, good determination that we can hopefully get off from there. Good vision, good work rate, good teamwork, good passing. He's going to play in this role, possibly as a deep lying forward, because he does have some good stats for it, including off the ball and finishing and composure. So we'll have to see. He comes from a pretty good pedigree. Chelsea paid a big chunk of money for him. He had 2 good seasons and then died off a little bit last season. But I think on a 1-year contract, an Italian international, 5.5k a week really isn't that much. Get him in the van, and we have it's another central midfielder, and I realise I'm stockpiling them, but yeah, I mean Grunley's upset, but I'll chat to him and I'll just say, look, I'm not signing to play in your position. You're both regularly going to play. It's fine. It's fine. Although I really might sell you. I keep him around for his free kick taking. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I keep him around for his free kick taking. So, I tell you what, if someone pays his release fee, I would sell him. And I'm looking at you, St Etienne, because you're interested in him. So if you want 2.6 million and Gronley is yours and you get wonderful free kicks for that money, because Mark Thompson in central midfield is also pretty damn good at free kicks. He scored a couple in the season. He's up to 16. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely revolutionising the squad from what it was. So Tosic is best player. I mean, Fernandes, Thompson, who else is the really good players in here? So yeah, well, Jerry. See, Mikel, this is the guy. Do we just like chuck him up front, chuck him in the deep end, and say basically go and feel that potential and see what happens? Alias is probably on his way out. We've just agreed a deal to sell him because he never really set the world alight when he was on loan at Dynamo. We've got Tesla. We've got Ziyech as well. He's proved pretty much a good little goal scorer when he played. I know in the league he didn't do too much, but 4 goals. He's got 4 goals in 5 appearances internationally, and overall for the club he's got 3 goals in 18. Yeah, okay, it's not that good actually, but I don't know. I think there's options. I think we've got options. Javier Anquino obviously is the wonder kid striker that we've bought. I think he would end up leading the line. We just need him to find his goal scoring boots. And then we got Deco as well, who's a young Brazilian. For the moment, you're going to sit in the under-19 squad because you're not going to get first team football this year. We got Vinko Peritin. I mean, what more could you want? If we're struggling for goals, just bring him in. I mean, look at that last year, absolutely incredible. But as you can see, we are going through a few changes in terms of players that we're bringing in this year, and they are mainly older ones. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, shame we can't get someone like Neymar again. That was absolutely unbelievable. No one wants Gronley. We're getting a new goalkeeping coach, which is great. Ian, stop making bids for Ross McCrory. I don't want him. Alright, I don't want him. Rennes have made an offer for Ben Amor, which is actually less than what everybody else is offering, I think. Oh yes, no, I'm going to reject that because I want him to move to Lokomotiva so that he stays in the thing. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to go and do this press conference because otherwise the press will be really upset. Okay, so we miss out on Gonzalo Moroni, which is another central midfielder, so it's probably a good thing we missed out. I was quite excited by this guy, but he's moved to Brighton. He was on a free transfer after being released by Barcelona, saying it properly. Yeah, he has some very nice stats. His player traits really suit what we want. But yeah, he's decided to move to Barcelona, so that's okay. Nothing too much of that. Lots of scouting going on. Scouting. Fumic, yep, you're not going to play for us, so you can go out on loan. Alias is moving to Guigamp, which is fine. And Jerry, shock horror, has agreed to move. Although I say that, Vicario turned down Real Madrid, didn't he? So, yeah, he's there. Maribor make Canino offer, which is... yeah, great. 500k. I mean, I like you, Maribor, so you can get him on the cheap if you want. And we'll go percentage of next sale. You can give us 40%. How about that? Yep, there you go. See you later, Canino. Off you go. I'm pretty sure that's a profit. You're not really going to play for us. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he only made 1 appearance for Rodez on loan. So Toronto add 4. Freddie Woodman, goalkeeper, and they've taken Bakayoko off us, which is fine. It's normally good when you sell a player and then this comes up. Like, if that's still in like the 70s, 80s or 90s, you've made a bad move, but unless you get loads of money for him. This is where all of our people are moving to America, so their window's obviously just opened. But yeah, we're going to stick with this for a little bit longer and then we'll wrap it. I have no idea how long this episode's going to be. It could be quite short because there's a lot of editing I've got to do to take stuff out. It could be long because it's a transfer one or part 1 of the transfers. But generally, I think by the end of this window, well, a lot of these will drop back down into the under-19s like they always do. But yeah, there's a potential for this to be quite a big change in terms of some players and personnel. Fumic, you've gone on loan, so off you trot to the under-19s. But yeah, I mean, Gronley, St Etienne, just just make an offer, St Etienne. Just offer his release fee. Alias moves, Jerry moves, and Veselinovic thinking being with Jerry is let go. I don't think Goran is expecting anything from you. Just have a chat. I'll chat to you, Goran. I'll chat to you. Yeah, see, you just needed to make sure that I was happy to chat to you. That's why I like Goran Veselinovic. That's why he is hopefully not going to leave the club. Oh, Marco Asensio, another midfielder, but he's gone to Valencia. We weren't offering him £61,000 a week, so that's fine. He was released by Liverpool, promising, where he wasn't really a promising youngster. I can appreciate it's not a popular decision, but there's got to be a degree of trust. Sarah Jail, he wanted a new challenge. He wanted to leave, and as a club we decided in his best interest not to get in the way, and we'll push all the blame back on to Jerry. Stojic is going to go on loan to Istra, and Kastilik is another striker that's leaving for a profit. We got him on a free transfer, I think. Yeah, free transfer from Kursico. He's moving back to Slovenia for Olympia. Yeah, it was he actually had an alright season at Osijek last year, but he was never really going to break into our team. Not very good potential according to our backroom staff, so happy to see him go. This is the thing, with saves like this, is that where we're progressing so quickly and our club is upgrading so quickly and the players we bring in are getting better and better and better, the youth players that we bring into the club who have got 5-star potential in about 2 seasons don't have 5-star potential, and he was a really obvious one. Like, look how long ago we bought him in. What's that, like 4 years ago? And he's had loan moves all over the place. He's never even played for us, and then that's it, sell him for a profit. And because he's not keeping up, or his potential wasn't as good as our players are now, and that's just part and parcel of the game. You've got to remember, everyone now is being directed against Tosic, so literally look how bad Montano is, and we would have brought him in as a high reputation, high potential goalkeeper. I guess, like, if we go down to the bottom of potential, 2 stars, Vinko Peritin, that doesn't really count, but Ledesma was a highly rated youngster when we brought him in. He had a lot of interest in him. He's had good seasons with us, so we're going to give him another go. But he probably won't be our starting right back come the start of the season. DeSantis was someone that was absolutely incredible, and now I'm going to be 8.5 million. He played quite a lot of games actually last year. That surprises me. But yeah, Cabrera was a youngster we brought in. He had 4-star potential when we brought him in, and now he's completely dropped off a cliff because he's not going to compare with the players we've already got. So you can be transfer listed, my friend, and I'm happy to see you go. And then you got the really high potential players. So it's good to see Picard up there, Aquino still up there, Gonzalez, Larea. This is annoying that we've got 2 absolutely incredible goalkeepers. But what can you do? Tosic, Mikhail, Lopez. Should I really be selling Lopez? He has got very high potential. Oh, it's a loan offer. Yeah, I'm not selling him. That's okay. Mark Thompson's only 24. Fernandez is up there, 4-star. Drakulic we're keeping hold of. Holst is going to go. I don't think he'll ever really make that potential that he's got. I'm happy for him to go. Same with Benamor. Milanovic, I think, has actually got a lot to offer at the club. I want to keep him around for cup games. Ineku, this is another one. We bought Ineku in. He was like 4.5 star when we first scouted him and bought him in. And now he's just dropped off a bit. Even his value has dropped off. Probably because he hasn't played too many games. But a lot of that will be changing this year. We'll have to see what the squad looks like as we go into it. Leon Dreven, another one that wasn't really ever going to get the stage he needed. Haydari, I think... Are we going to sell you? No, you're wanted for loan. And anyway, you're still under 19, so you can go and sit in the under 19s. But yeah, it's a lot happening at the club of Zagreb this year. A lot is happening. Semi-final, Italy versus Argentina. Let's see what happens in that one. 4-1 Italy. That's... Wow. That is... wow, he is really good. That is comprehensive, Italy. Well played. So we've also missed out on Ousmane Dembele. We didn't offer him 66 grand a week, so yeah, that makes sense as well. So it looks like all of my experienced players that I wanted to bring in, none of them are coming in. Benamor isn't going to move to Brisbane Roar, and he isn't going to move to Sydney FC because he's literally just agreed to sign to Lokomotiva, which is good because it keeps him in Croatia, which is good. Dynamo are after this goalkeeper again, so no. Fogg has been signed. Don't remember him. He'll be gone before you even know it. And Primorik Biograd have signed this centre back on loan. So well done, Primorik Biograd. Well played. You've done all right. Yeah. So I don't know if we actually have any we don't have any ongoing deals anymore, and I can't. I've just spent about 25 minutes trying to find a right back to bring in, and I can't bloody find any. So it's really, really annoying because we don't have. I mean, Picard, he is right-footed, so he could very easily just play as our backup fullback, and that he might just have to be back up on both sides. We do have other left backs, so that could make sense. So we do have. So Ledesma will be our starting right back for the season, which does make me a little bit uneasy. I don't know if it's worth training up DeSantis to maybe be a. I mean, he probably. He's tackling 6. He would be a very attacking fullback. Positioning 6, and you really do need positioning as a defender. So yeah, probably not. Probably not a great idea. Yeah, so a right back is very much needed. Let's go and have a look. So if we go at staff, director of football, interaction. No, how do I've forgotten how I do this now. Transfers, director of football. That's what I wanted to do. Suggest the transfer targets for transfer. Defender right. Suggest. 3 players have come up. One from Arsenal. Cesar Hernandez. 23 million transfer listed. He does look quite good. 21 million pounds. That would be a lot of money. Can't really cross or dribble. Why can't fullbacks in Football Manager 19, Football Manager New Gen or Regens, or whatever you want to call them, why can't they cross? 7.5 million. He might be better for 7.5 million actually. Jorge Rodriguez or Benjamin Remy from Shakhtar Donetsk. He's probably the weakest. How much do they want for him? Not set. So I think he's on £130,000 a week. That's probably why he's got a really low scout rating, I would imagine. And he doesn't enjoy big matches, and he's fairly susceptible to living in a new country. And he'll get sent off a lot because he bends the rules. And he's fairly poor in the air. Let's scout this guy then. I mean, that's a lot of money for a fullback. 21. I mean, fullbacks are very important in my formation. 21 million. I don't think I'd be very happy paying 21 million for him. In all honesty, I don't think I would. Let's just have a little look. Ooh, Nikola Vlasic. Another central midfielder. He would be really good to bring in though. You'd be a rotation and you wouldn't be our free kick taker. Okay, you're happy to be a rotation. We'll see what you want. See what you want. He's probably quite doubtful to move to us, but we'll have a look. So Slaven Bupo, loan. Yeah, well done. Doesn't seem getting down. Hamid Abuna was let go. What? Why are you fussed about letting what? Yeah, great. Holster's gone, and no, you're not getting a new deal. Sorry about that. You've just sacked. Why won't I give you a new deal? Because you don't deserve it. If I offered to every player, I won't be intimidated. You're not getting a new contract right now. Oh, you haven't heard the last of this. No one in the club really appreciates you that much. You've been in the under-19s for about 8 years. So, yeah. Well, we're going to just see how we get on against Krasnodar. And then we'll probably wrap up this episode as Tosic. Yes, I know you need. We're gonna rest you. We're gonna rest you for the next match. Can't you give send on holiday? There we go. Why have you taken me to training? Medical recommendation. Send on holiday. 2 weeks. Yes, you'll just miss friendly games, that's fine. Vlasic, right. You don't have an existing contract. Ian Allen reckons we should give you 100 grand a week. No, you're definitely not getting 100 grand a week. You don't need to have a relegation thing in there because we're not going to get relegated. You don't necessarily have to have an optional contract in there. In fact, let's get rid of all of these. You can negotiate these in afterwards. We will give you 26 grand a week, and I think that's being generous. In fact, I think that's being very generous. We'll give you 20 grand a week. 100, piss off. Just get out. Get out the door. That is literally what I'd be saying to you right now, Nicola. Get out the door. I'm not happy with it. So, right, let's go and have a look at what promises I've made just before the season starts. Rest player from matches, 4 days left, except he'll be given a rest and won't be featuring in the next match. Well, yeah, that's going to be easy. Guigon, oh yes, he feels he's achieved all he can at the club and wants to be moved on, and he now has some interest in him, which is good, so we'll offer him out for 2.5 million. I think he'll be fine. He's been a good little servant, Parfait Guigon. He's done well. He's done alright. 55k we bought him in for, and he's had some pretty good seasons, so that's good. Gronley looking forward to becoming involved in the first team within the next few months. Well, you'll probably start in the first team, whether you stay there or not. I mean, we've got a lot better players than you now. Yeah, it's a tough one. The other semi-final to go and meet, was it Italy, I think, in the final? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? What am I doing? What am I doing? Stages, that's what I wanted. Yes, it'll be Italy versus Spain or Germany. So let's go and see what happens in that. It's going to be Germany, 106th minute winner in extra time of the semi-final. So Italy, Germany. Who's going to lift the famous Jules Rimet trophy? Or not Jules Rimet. You've been removed from my shortlist. Why have you been removed from my shortlist? I know you're 32. Again, at 21.5 million. I just don't know. Is it? I mean, he had a good season in the Premier League last year. Who have Everton got on their cards? Any right backs? Any right backs? Tim Morgan. This is more like it, and it's because he's a winger and he's got tackling 10. Fucking hell. It's so hard to find fullbacks in this game. It must be a bug or something. It must be. It has to be a bug. No Oscar Guigon. I'm not going to ask you to speak to clubs, but Ian, if this is the Alberto that we sold to Dynamo, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad at you in game. It's not. Oh, it's a right back. Oh, he's cheap. Oh, he can cross and he can tackle. He's 33 years old, but I don't mind about that. Ian Allen, you little beauty. I think you've actually found us one. You want Sodia on loan? Yep, off you go. I mean, I would take that. I would take Alberto coming in, a different Alberto. He's still got okay. Well, no, his pace is pretty shit and his acceleration is pretty quick. Great mentals though. He'll be fine for a year. He'll be fine. Yeah, you've joined Mattersburg. Brilliant. Okay, and no, why would I call a press conference for him? He's a terrible under-19s player. Lopez set to move on loan to Botafogo, and we are the title favourites at 3-1. We're still not out and out favourites. They still think Dynamo are going to pressure us and run us close, which is interesting. Can I just go and nick Dynamo's right back? Guzman Bermudez. I mean, 23. He is pretty good, and he is only worth 1.6 million, and he has a lot of teams interested in him. And he might have a relegation. Not a relegation release clause. What are they called? Minimum fee release clause. Or then you've got Nays Zia, who is actually a centre back. So I'm not interested in him. I know I said I didn't want to sign people off my rivals because I don't want to weaken them, but we need a right back more than they do. Andrea Minia, 23, looks okay. Nader Zuniga can't cross or dribble. What is wrong with this game? Why doesn't it produce fullbacks that can cross and dribble? It's very annoying. Osiek. Got a Georgian guy. Ken Kladze. No, you're terrible. I'm going to assume you're a centre-back. Yes, you are a centre-back. Yeah, wow, this is pretty dreadful pickings we've got here. Saglanidze. Not too bad. Or Jimmy Sanchez, which is an amazing name with terrible stats. Okay, I can quite clearly see why we're winning the league quite easily now. Yeah, you've gone on loan, Biograd, report. I guess we'll just play through to the World Cup final. Why not? We'll do that. And see who wins the World Cup. That would be a nice thing to do. Nice place to end the episode, I think, in finding out who wins the World Cup. Yes, we haven't got Alberto, the elite fullback, because he wanted 160 grand a week, which just isn't going to happen. He's moving to Croatia. I don't care what they want. They think Aquino's going to be the top goal scorer. That suggests to me that I should definitely start him up front. And he doesn't have a minimum free release clause. Yes, good. Okay, I guess at this point, let's go through and see what our starting lineup will be. So it'll be Gonzalez. I actually think we'd start Picard at right back over Ledesma, probably. Veselinovic and probably Iancu now starting as centre back. I think he's probably a better option than Benkovic. I mean, they are pretty similar. And Veselinovic, I don't know, is Veselinovic the worst out of those three? They're all very similar. Maybe we just stick with the team that did well last year, which was Benkovic and Veselinovic, that way around. Left back will be Tosic when he's back off holiday. Holding midfield will be Torres. Again, he's very, very good. The actual midfield I think I'd play would be Thompson and Fernandez in there. Whether it's that way around or not, I'm not sure. Box to box and Mazzala. Do you want to be a Mazzala? Are you good enough to be a Mazzala? No, your finishing's pretty crap. In fact, I wonder if you'd be... Because Thompson... Yeah, your finishing's not great either. Well, actually, what I guess, if we're going to stick to the same formation, it would actually be Montaguer coming in, because he's got much more attacking stats. He would suit that position much better in there. So I guess we'll start with that. So it's the same for Rallis and Gronley, but we'll have to see what happens. Cabrera... Yeah, you can go. Let's lower this down. Try and get some interest in you. 1.5 million. How about that? Off you go, son. On the right would be Simunovic. Still on the left would be probably DeSantis, because Guigon's going to be off. We've accepted a bid for him. And then up top would be... I suppose if we're starting Aquino up front, actually on the left starting, we'll probably still be Tesla. DeSantis would definitely be on the bench. We'd have Zajic on the bench. Gronley, Rallis. You can drop down to the under-19s because you've gone on loan. Fernandez, Ledesma, Iancu. I mean, Rojas is going to be pissed off. We signed him to 4.5 million. He hasn't really featured that much. I don't know if we look to cash in on him and give a youngster a go. And then I guess it would actually be Rallis that misses out, so that goalkeeper in Laria can go on the bench, and that will probably be our starting lineup for the first game of the season in the league, I imagine. It'll be something like that. It's looking good. It's looking like a good team. Where do we think, or where does this, like the backroom staff think we're short on ability? Centre back, interestingly. Right back, yeah, we know that. It's just really tough to find someone. Wingers, yeah, I would like some wingers, but I think these guys are doing well. I think there's no need to replace them. That's a good return, someone playing on the wing. Tesla, as we said, could do a bit better, but he's only had one season at the club and he's playing out of position. And then Aquino has good ratings. He just needs to find the goals. That's what he needs to find. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So in the third place playoff, Spain beat Argentina with a goal in the last few minutes of the game, the 84th minute. And Jean Aguirre got it, the £56 million man who plays for Man United. Have they got anyone transfer listed that we could pick up? Oh, Rog. I remember Rog. Wasn't he at Dynamo, I think, all the years ago? Yeah. Started at Lokomotiva. Oh, wow. Good for him. Edar Milito is a right back, 32 years old. He's going to want a lot of money, aren't you? You're going to want a lot of money. Oh, why are all these players so greedy? Who are you? You're a midfielder, which means you won't be able to tackle. Under 23s. Is there just no right backs in the world at the moment? Is there just literally no right backs in the world of football that want to be able to cross and dribble a ball. I mean, did that play the... I really hope that didn't actually play the team I wanted it, that I'd laid out. No, it didn't, because it put Inarco at left back. Although that's because we don't have a left back. So it may have done that. That is the exact team I've picked, isn't it? Yeah, right, okay, so... Oh, I forgot about that, that if you don't clear the team, it just continually plays the team that you've selected. It's annoying. Right, cup final time in the World Cup. Who's going to win it? Germany or Italy? I'm going to go with Italy, I think. I think Italy are going to win it. Who are you? A centre-back? No, don't need a centre-back. Yeah, I'm going to go for Italy. I'm going to go for Italy to win the World Cup. I am part Italian, so very small part, but I am a part Italian. So come on, Italy, win the World Cup. That would be wonderful. And Italy have won it. Cannavo getting a quadruple set of goals. Who is actually transfer listed? Oh my God! You're transfer listed, and you've literally just scored 4 goals in a World Cup final. I'll take a gamble. I will take that gamble. France scored 2 goals. Oh yeah, I haven't changed Germany, have I? So they still pick. For some reason, they still pick loads of grey players, and I haven't changed it. And for that, I apologise. But they lost, so it's not really that big a deal. Well done, Italy! Hooray! 4-3, Italy win the world rankings. Brazil remain in 10th position. Spain hold on to first place, and Romania jump from 31st to 24th. Biggest overachievers Saudi Arabia, biggest underachievers Brazil. Yes, who we're now managing. And Pellegrini scored the most goals. Who's still at Man City? He's costing a lot of money. 79, only 29. And Jason Azfieri from Costa Rica got the most assists from left back. So well done you. Well done you. Right, we'll press continue once more because Cannavaro, my offer for Cannavaro, yeah, okay. You've literally, I can't believe you've just scored 4 goals in a World Cup. They say you should never buy someone on the back of a good World Cup performance. If they do it in the World Cup final, I think that's a difference. I don't like it when they do this. Right, we will be back for the next episode and we'll find out if we've signed a World Cup winner or not. And then that will be the transfer window part 2, which will hopefully see us all the way through to deadline day, I think, unless I've totally messed this up in terms of timings, which I probably have, but this episode's gone on for quite a long time. Actually, yeah, deadline day isn't until here, I think. 31st of August, I can't remember. We'll be back at some point, maybe for, I don't know, when we move into the new stadium or something. We'll be back in the future. Let me know what you think about all the sales and players we've tried to bring in and who we've brought in and things like that. The overload of central midfielders we've got, where you think we need to improve. But thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.